They lied or made false representations. Every single one of them said they knocked and identified themselves as the police.
Right.
And it's no longer contested that none of that's true. So all of these ununiformed officers with no indication they're police, with no word spoken that they are the police, break into an apartment with a battering ram without knocking, and a guy has a gun as the intruders come in, and he says he was afraid but pulled the gun and had it at his side.
Absolutely, Your Honor, and that is a great opening statement for the plaintiff's argument on the unlawful
Is there
entry.
anything untrue about that?
I'm not going to admit, facts
well,
or...
You have to take them. I thought that our case law is that we must accept the facts as the district court articulated them.
As to the use of force, the unlawful entry is not on appeal before this court.
Well, that's a question that is bothering me.
Yes, sir.
You seem to want to restrict the unlawful force analysis to the moment they pull the trigger. How far back does it go in your judgment?
To when that engagement begins. When did
that begin?
When Julian Betton drew his firearm.
So, nothing that happened before that, them breaking into his house unannounced, not being identified as police, none of that counted as it did in Cooper, but it didn't count here.
To me, I'm sure you've looked at that video.
Yes, ma'am.
Of the swarm of officers going into the place. If you'll pardon my saying so, your argument strains credulity. It's just so shocking what occurred in this case for a two-bit marijuana deal.
If they didn't think it was important to identify themselves, why'd they lie about it?
Why did they lie about him firing a shot when the evidence later proved that he didn't?
I'll draw a distinction between a lie and a falsehood. I don't know that the officers, what they're conscious of and what they say.
You don't admit that they lied?
No, sir.
You don't admit that they lied?
No, sir.
Okay.
I draw a distinction between saying something that it ends up being false and making a conscious decision to lie.
Well, I'm going to sway in on this just for the heck of it. Say in this case they were lying. That's my judgment.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Standing before the court today, it seems that we haven't gotten past the entry, that the unlawful entry cause of action is the focus in this argument, and I want to extract the use of force.
No, it isn't. The question is, do the police have a right to unload their weapons into somebody in his private home when he is standing there with a gun at his head? Not pointed at the officers, not firing at the officers. Do they have a right to unload their weaponry into this person?
Even by Mr.
I'm talking
Betton's...
about what he said in his deposition.
Yes,
Did he say that Mr. Betton had extended the firearm?
He said it was pointed in their direction, and
Right.
he could not tell whether it was pointed at him or at the other officers.
Right, exactly. And Mr. Benton's testimony is that it was not pointed in their direction. He was holding it down at his hip. So it seems to me that you are trying to ride the facts in the light most favorable to you through this proceeding. Have you ever seen a case more outrageous on the facts?
I would have to disagree with Your Honor's interpretation of that, because I remember, I'm here only for Officer Ballou. Do remember that there were a lot of other officers involved in this particular action. So, like I said, once
Your client
Sir?
told a falsehood, too, about identifying himself as a policeman.
Okay, but then again, what you're trying to do is...
No, it's not what I'm trying to do. I just asked you a question. Did he?
Did he tell a falsehood?
Yes.
Actually, in his initial statement, he didn't say anything about whether there was a knock or not. But I will tell you,
during the investigation?
At some point, yes, he did tell SLED that. In addition...
That's a straight-out answer to a straight-out question.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But one of the things y'all mentioned is you didn't see in the video any type of mouths moving. I watched because I'm looking only at Baloo. I didn't know all these other officers didn't sit through their depositions. I'm not saying that what Betton did was unreasonable, because we're going to have to accept the version of the facts there.
You're making a jury argument. This is just a total jury argument.
No, ma'am. What I'm saying is if qualified immunity exists, it would certainly exist if an officer sees a gun coming up, and whether it's at the hip
There's
pointing
nothing
down.
here that says it was coming up.
That's not the facts.
From the waistband.
That's not the facts. And our precedent is that the court, this court, us, must accept the facts as the district court articulated them when it ruled. And you're twisting around and won't accept the facts as articulated by the district court.